The peaceful town of Winder, Georgia, was shattered by gunfire on a seemingly ordinary Wednesday morning. Apalachee High School, a place of learning and laughter, became the scene of a horrific tragedy. At approximately 10:23 a.m., the echoes of gunshots pierced the air, replacing the sounds of school bells and student chatter with fear and chaos. Emergency calls flooded in, painting a grim picture of an active shooter situation unfolding within the school walls. Students, teachers, and staff were thrust into a nightmare, forced to confront the terrifying reality of gun violence within their own school. As sirens wailed in the distance, a massive response from law enforcement and emergency services swung into action. Ambulances and medical helicopters descended upon the scene, their presence a stark reminder of the potential human cost of this tragic event. The community watched in horror as news of the shooting spread like wildfire. Law enforcement officers, their training kicking into high gear, arrived at Apalachee High School prepared to confront the unimaginable. They entered the school with a singular purpose: to neutralize the threat and secure the safety of those trapped inside. Amidst the chaos, reports emerged that a suspect had been apprehended. The Barrow County Sheriff's Office confirmed the news, bringing a glimmer of relief to a community holding its breath. The swift action of law enforcement, while unable to undo the tragedy, had prevented further bloodshed. Details about the suspect, their identity shrouded in secrecy, began to emerge. The community, left grappling with the aftermath of the shooting, demanded answers. Tragically, the shooting at Apalachee High School claimed the lives of 2 innocent souls. The news, delivered with heavy hearts by law enforcement officials, cast a pall over the community. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, his voice heavy with sorrow, addressed the state, expressing his profound sadness and offering his condolences to the families of the victims. President Joe Biden, echoing the sentiments of a nation shaken by yet another school shooting, offered his condolences and ordered flags to be flown at half-mast in honor of the victims. The community mourned the loss of their own, their grief palpable in the air. The halls of Apalachee High School, once filled with the energy and optimism of youth, fell silent, a stark contrast to the bustling activity of just hours earlier. The community, united in grief, struggled to come to terms with the senseless act of violence that had shattered their sense of peace. Counselors and grief support specialists descended upon the community, offering solace and guidance to those struggling to cope with the emotional fallout of the shooting. The Barrow County school system, faced with the daunting task of helping students and staff process the trauma, announced that classes would be canceled indefinitely. Meanwhile, investigators worked tirelessly to piece together the events leading up to the shooting. As the community mourned and the investigation unfolded, questions lingered. In the wake of the tragic shooting at Apalachee High School, the community of Winder, Georgia, and the nation as a whole grappled with familiar questions about gun violence, school safety, and the need for prevention. The incident reignited a national conversation about gun control, mental health resources, and the societal factors that contribute to such acts of violence. Community leaders, educators, and policymakers vowed to work together to prevent future tragedies. They promised to explore every avenue, from strengthening school security measures to addressing the root causes of violence, in their pursuit of a safer future for their children. The healing process, long and arduous, began with small steps. Students, teachers, and staff returned to Apalachee High School, their presence a testament to their resilience and their determination to reclaim their school and their community. The shooting at Apalachee High School served as a painful reminder that the fight for safer schools and communities is far from over.